This book is called Stand Tall, Molly Lou Melon. See if I can get this a little higher. Good. By Patty Lavelle, illustrated by David Catrow. And the author writes the words and the illustrator draws the pictures. This is the title page. Molly Lou Melon. Molly Lou Melon stood just taller than her dog and was the shortest girl in the first grade. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Walk as proudly as you can, and the world will look up to you." I love it. By her bed, she has a ladder to climb up on it. And her mini book of spiders down there. So she did. She walked tall and proud so people would look up to her. Molly Lou Melon had buck teeth that stuck out so far. She could stack pennies on them. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Smile big and the world will smile right alongside you." The bird looking at all her pennies. So she did. Those are some pretty big teeth. Molly Lou Melon had a voice that sounded like a bullfrog being squeezed by a boa constrictor. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Sing out clear and strong, and the world will cry tears of joy." Or they told her to be quiet if it's really bad. So she did. Well, she has an audience of animals and insects. Molly Lou Melon was often fumble-fingered. She didn't even mind. Her grandma had told her, "Believe in yourself, and the world will believe in you too." Look at how many dishes she could carry at once, but then, they all came crashing down. So she did. Look at all the things she tries. She really believes in herself. And she'll take risks. She knows it's okay to make mistakes. Then Molly Lou Melon moved to a new town. She had to say goodbye to her grandma and all of her friends. That's got to be really hard. I bet some of you might be able to relate moving to a new place. And she had to start in a new school. And she is getting on a bus with all these kids she doesn't know. On the first day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Shrimpo in gym class. When the game started, Molly Lou Melon caught the football, ran under the legs of Ronald Durkin, and scored a touchdown. All the children thought, "Wow, she's good." And Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. So she was able to use her short stature to run right under him. On the second day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Bucky Tooth Beaver. Molly Lou Melon took out her pennies, stacked them 10 high on her teeth, and smiled as big as day. All the children smiled with glee, and Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. He is. Maybe he should stop teasing her. On the third day of school, Ronald Durkin said, "You sound like a sick duck. Honk, honk." Molly Lou Melon sang out a quack so clear and strong that it made Ronald Durkin somersault backwards, hit his head, and have to go to the nurse. All the children cried with joy to be free of Ronald Durkin for the rest of the afternoon, and Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. So it sounds like he's mean to a lot of the kids, but Molly's the first one who believes in herself and doesn't let his mean words hurt her. On the fourth day of school, Ronald Durkin said that she'd made the snowflake all wrong. But Molly Lou Melon opened up her paper and revealed the most beautiful snowflake. It is pretty fancy and pretty big. All the children oohed and awed, even Ronald. She is pretty talented snowflake maker. On the fifth day of school, Ronald Durkin brought Molly Lou Melon a stacking penny for her tooth and smiled at her. She might have made a friend. Even the kids who are mean need friends. They need friends most of all. That night, Molly Lou Melon took out a pencil and paper and wrote a letter to her grandma. "Dear Grandma, I wanted to tell you that everything you told me was exactly right. Love, Molly Lou Melon. So her grandma said, be confident no matter who you are, what you look like, what you sound like. Believe in yourself and stand up for who you are. And it worked. There's Molly's dog. So that Molly, Stand Tall Molly Lou Melon teaches us a good lesson about ourselves and about life. So today when you write, you're going to think of what you are proud of in your world and what you do a good job with, or maybe something you're not proud of, but how you still overcome this shyness, and then how it's helped you, and then how to stand up to kids who are being mean to you. So think about that, and I'll have your writing prompt in the instructions.